2, 1, and hello. We're actually on time for a change.
Hey,
Hey!
I feel like as stressed as we were today and this afternoon and this evening, we weren't scrambling. That's
Well,
cool.
we still didn't get everything done we needed to get done beforehand, so there will be some scrambling.
I mean, does anybody ever get everything they need to get done? We got some
different priorities.
awesome people in the chat tonight, some good friends, some old friends, some new friends.
We're sitting on the right sides. We're not backwards.
Yeah, we're not backwards this week. I don't know how you did that. But
welcome in. If it's your first time here, this is no wait, I said it wrong. Well, welcome in. It's Sunday night. If it's your first time here, I'm Brian. This is Julie. There we go. Yeah.
I told you guys last week I'd be sporting my Buckies.
Oh, I should have. No, I didn't sport mine. I didn't.
I know.
I stuck with
and I folded it for you and everything. Stuff. Yeah, I know. Sporting the Buckies.
Yes.
This is one of the new ones, I think. So I'll share the back. Isn't that cool?
Greetings from Bucky's.
Yeah, this was Daytona Beach.
So yeah, we're finally getting our feet back under. Last week we came in flying kind of hot, busy weekend, busy week, busy everything. It's always a busy week here, but we were back with the kids all week. Had their school stuff, had their sports stuff, I think everything got rained out. Pretty much
a lot of rain. April showers bring May flowers for sure.
Yes. But we didn't get as much rain here as they did, and we'll do a little shout out. We'll do early. Cheers to looking like Buffalo Trace is back up and running. So sponsoring the Buffalo Trace tonight, not sponsored, but definitely give them a shout out. They're recovering from their floods on the Kentucky River.
I know. So, I said we should have saved the picture, and you're like, I've already seen it. I'm like, I only saw it because you had it posted. I don't know, but if you haven't yet, man.
But
prayers are out for everybody in that area.
And if they need help getting rid of some of that spoiled bourbon, we'll make sure we help take care of that for them. We're happy to help in any way we can. So
I'm trying to keep up with the chat, and I took my glasses off, so I can't read a thing.
Well, you can't read the chat without your glasses.
I know, I can't read a thing.
That's what happens when you get old. Hello to everybody. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Richard. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Eddie. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Mom. Shug. What's up, man? How are you? How is everybody? I hope you all had a good week. We're going to have a little fun tonight. We're going to do a little of this, a little of that. But we got a busy week coming up. I admit it. I'm going to say it just right out of the gate. I'm a little off. I got a big day tomorrow at the full-time job.
You're a little stressed.
Oh, a little?
No, I'm not even kidding you. Like, to be in this household today, his stress level was like, I'm going to level it up with the camera. Here, like bubbling. Everybody just send every bit of positive vibe out to Brian. Calming, positive vibe. He needs it.
You ever have to interview for your own job? Yeah, there you go. There you go.
No, it's gonna be a great day tomorrow. So anyway, we have a couple weeks ago we did this or that, and we had so much fun with it. We did this or that cruise edition. We decided to do it again, and this time we're going to do this or that travel edition.
Ooh, there you go.
So we changed it up a little bit, and it's not tailored to cruising. Stay tuned for the very first question though, because we had to like warm you guys up somehow. But I don't know what else has gone on this week before we get started, other than tomorrow being a really big day and everybody sending you.
I have so much stuff to do. Well, we got a couple things, right? Well, we were supposed to receive an email about our next cruise. We haven't heard that email yet. For those of you now who caught, did anybody catch it this week? We had a little insider info and we threw it out there. Did anybody get your cruise first certificate from Norwegian this week? $500 certificate for $250.
$250 gives you $500, and that means it is your deposit for your next cruise. You can buy this on land. This is not like next cruise on the ship. You buy it, you purchase it, $250, and they give you another $250 towards. Now they always have the standing $150 for $300.
And I checked tonight.
But only so often do they go the $250 for $500. Yeah. Is it still going on, or did it
Nope,
stop?
it is done.
It's done.
It is done.
It's
You
a done
missed it.
deal.
If you didn't get it, so did anybody get one? If you
Yeah.
got one, let us know.
And if you didn't, hang tight, because
They'll do it
they
again.
cycle, they come around, but look for that stuff, because it definitely helps when you want to book. And like these, you don't have to know when you want to go, and they never expire. That's really nice about, especially Norwegian.
Daniel
'Cause-
says, "Oh, hold on, I want to click on that."
Yeah.
He says, "Wait, did we have to read our mail for NCL?" Well, yeah, you could do that, or you could just make sure you're subscribed with the little bell on for everything in our community group, because we
follow the
posted
community
it
group, follow the YouTube.
We posted it in the community group.
I wanted to go live Wednesday night and be like, "Hey guys, we got some special info, good deal going on here." But yeah. I mean, going live every Sunday is hard enough, let alone jumping in on a Wednesday night.
But we did not get our
email. We did post it in the community group, though.
We did not get our email about our next cruise. So for now,
hang tight.
We're gonna have to say
we're trying to work something out for very soon, and I'm saying less than 30 days. But I know that we got 90. We got 90 right now.
Well, I freaked out today. I did freak out a little bit today, because our last couple group cruises we've done on Royal Caribbean, and final payment on Royal Caribbean is 90 days out.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the search to say, oh, how many days until our next cruise, and it came up as 90, and I went, final payments. But with our next cruise, it's 75 days until final payment, because we're on the Carnival Sunrise for 5 days.
Each line is different.
So, So
talking to some other clients today, though, and also reading some threads on Facebook, guys. Shameless plug right here. I'm just gonna say, I mean, if you have a trusted travel agent, travel advisor, use them.
Yes.
Use them.
And if you don't have one, use us.
They can help you navigate through so many unexpected things that you don't expect to happen. But they can also, even if you like having that control, which a lot of us do, they can help you get you extra amenities and extra things. But they can also just be in your corner. Like they just help with so many things. Using some charge fees, we do not. So no fee associated with whatever. Will not cost you a dime more. I'm just saying, it's good to have in your corner. And if you're the type of person who really, really, really needs control over your reservation, talk to us, because a lot of times we can make that happen, even with.
And I see some of our new TA friends from our host in
the
chat.
Excited.
So glad
some
to
of our
see
new friends that we met when we were in class.
Hello, Christy. Hello, Holly. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi, and Joe.
It looks like Mary Ellen's going to have to dip out. She's got all those cruises she's on, and she can't keep up.
Mary Ellen, are you on a ship right now?
I'm just assuming she's on a ship.
I feel like every single week you're on a ship, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, continue to share pictures, because I love seeing where you are and what you're doing.
I love seeing it. But so we got 90 days until this guy coming up right here. So we got 90 days until this. So if you have not booked this yet, there's still some space. Final payments in 15 days, though. So if you wait any longer than that, you're going to have to pay it in full. But we would still love to have you come with us. We love doing these group cruises. And while we're on that, we'll do the shameless plug for, hello, Julie.
Hey,
hello.
Julie. I'm so excited for you. She just said it's her first day in her new house. You got to have everything hooked up. Oh, that is, packing and moving is just one thing, but then you have to like restart everything. I don't know if everybody does a landline anymore, but you also got to get your internet connected, your cable, your TV, your electricity turned on, like all that stuff. Yeah, that's a pain.
Mary Ellen is on Mardi Gras.
Yay.
Lee is here. Hello, Lee, just back from her cruise on the Wonder of the Seas. I love seeing their pictures too. Oh, I hope Piper had a great time. It looked like she did. Daniel says, how was the class, you two?
So
we kind of talked about it more last week, but we can give you a quick recap.
It was so wonderful. Like, we got so much our brains are full. Just stuff that we did kind of confirmed that we were doing well, but other things that we didn't know that we could be doing, or new resources
knew we had access to but didn't know how to use, and now we're like,
And we made some incredible new friends.
Yes.
I mean, just shout out, especially if you're out in the chat right now, or if you watch us on the replay. Hashtag replay in the comments. We'd love to see that you were here. Yeah, I mean, just an amazing group of people. So we have a really, really great post agency. We have a lot of great colleagues, and I can't say
Awesome stuff.
Thank you.
And so, hey, I will do one last little plug, but then I want to get to your this or that.
Yeah, I know. We got to get to it
because we're not staying up late tonight.
I don't want people
I got
to
a
get
big
bored
day
of us
tomorrow.
just chatting.
But
cheers.
But we did have one more jump on. Well, actually, two more because it was a 2-passenger cabin. Jump on with us for the Meraviglia in November. So yeah, join us because we're just gonna sell out the whole ship. That's kind of what
I'm so excited for this. But who's been watching?
I like
the World
at the
America
of the ship. Oh my
stuff. I mean,
that was what I wanted to talk about. Like,
I know
we are like
okay, guys.
I am so glad that you guys
Who's
are
upset that they're not on the World America right now?
I'm upset that I'm not on anything right now. Like,
well, this is true.
So I'm watching, right? And you got the Aqua's coming across, just did her transatlantic, and now she's on her way down. So they just did their naming with Eric Stone Street as the godfather, godmother, god person.
Sure.
But then you got the naming for the MSC World America with Drew Barrymore and Orlando Bloom on board, and I'm seeing so many videos of that little swing going out over. I call it a little swing, but it's like 20 decks up over the ocean.
I think it'd be cool to do. I do want to do it, but at the same time, it makes me a little nervous. But I'm loving seeing like all the content come out and everybody out there, and a lot of our friends are
I know. I'm like,
sorry guys.
I was about to say FOMO, but it's not FOMO. It's like literal jealousy. It's like I want to be there.
You're jelly.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. And then seeing not only our friends that we know from the cruise community, but now friends from our host agency, friends from all over. On these two ships, amazing new ships, and
we're gonna have to plan.
Well, Aqua's gonna be back in New York, so stay tuned because I'm getting my butt on that ship, and I told our Norwegian rep last week that I was getting on that ship. So Jill, if you're watching, somehow, some way, I might have to pay for. I don't know. I'm getting on that ship. I love Prima. I love Prima. And Aqua's like a bigger, better version of Prima.
Well, it's the first Prima Plus class ship.
I know. It's
Prima Plus.
Very cool.
So like you have Quantum Plus, or no, it's not called Quantum Plus. It's Quantum Ultra or something. Yeah. But like these are just like the same sister ships, but they're just a little bit elevated. They tweak some things and change a little bit up. But anyway.
But yeah. And then what?
Oh no, go ahead.
What?
You were going to say something, and I was going to change the subject, so I didn't want to cut it off.
Let's see. Daniel says, I'm hoping all these giant ships add so many cabins that they need to make deals. Well, so speaking of adding cabins, I got to throw a little beef with John Heald or Christine Duffy, who announced it, that they're getting rid on the Carnival, the new classes of the Carnival ships, they're getting rid of my Family Harbor. I'm very upset. I'm very upset by this. I love the Family Harbor. I think this is a mistake. Carnival, if you're listening, I want you to put it back on there. I love the Family Harbor.
I do too.
Have you stayed in the Family Harbor?
I do.
Have you stayed? If you've stayed in the Family Harbor, tell us what you thought about the Family Harbor. I really, really, really love the Family Harbor. It was great for us on Celebration. Worked great with the kids.
Yeah. So before we get into this or that, because we need to get started because we're a lot of time in now.
Oh wow.
Cheers. What do you got going on tonight? What are you drinking?
The Buffalo Trace. We already did that.
Oh, you did? Oh, because you talked. I'm sorry. Oh, I know.
Where were you?
You were just talking so fast. Well, normally I either have my martini or my water. But tonight I mixed it up a little bit. I actually have two. I have my cucumber water because I'm staying hydrated. The bigger glass, by the way. And then I have one of my very, very, very favorite drinks. What?
I'm laughing at Daniel Fields. He said if they're getting rid of the Family Harbor, it's because people booked the Family Harbor, didn't spend enough money, or not enough people booked the Family Harbor. I'm guessing they didn't spend enough money in the casino, is my guess, Daniel. So that's probably my my guess there. So the casino was suffering on the ships with the Family Harbor. So
true.
Hello, Cruise Nuts. Hello, J&T. Nice to see you both.
So this is my very favorite. This is one of my go-tos, especially when we get on a royal ship because I know that they always have it. It's the Whispering Angel. Whispering Angel was rosé. It is fantastic. It's one of my absolute favorites. So I mixed it up a little bit tonight and made sure that I had one of my favorites. And cheers. Love you. This or that? What do you prefer? Let's start it off with
All
that.
right.
Do you prefer a bourbon
First
or do
one.
you prefer a glass of wine?
What's your this or that?
What
Are
do
you
you got?
going bourbon or are you going was it rosé?
Yeah, it's so good. I love this.
So that's our first one. First
Yeah,
this
I go
or that.
hide over in the corner
Wine
of
or
like
bourbon,
vintages
wine or bourbon,
or
wine or
of
bourbon. Lee says
yeah.
wine. Lee says wine.
Giovanni's, and I always order the.
Richard says bourbon, of course. Shayna says both. Depends. Hey, you got two hands, right? So, Roger says save the trace. Absolutely, definitely. Cheers to them. So, Daniel says prefer a non-flooded bourbon. We'll serve it in a Manhattan glass, and then you're good to go. So, all right. So let's jump in. Julie did a lot of work today. Chrissy says bourbon.
I did.
Richard
I worked
says
all day today.
Richard says bourbon. Oh, that's weird. It shows up one way on this screen, but a different.
Oh,
way
I know,
on this
because you're ahead of me. Because I'm reading here and you're reading there, and I'm like, what are you reading?
Well, they
already?
show up.
I know.
So, guys, for those of you who don't know, we use a streaming software, so that way we can put your comments on the screen. That's why we do that. But it does create a little bit of a lag. So, but we're working on dealing with that. So, Shayna says wine with meals, bourbon for sipping. Tonight is beer. Red birch.
I just can't do the bourbon. Or bourbon whiskey. It's an acquired taste. But I mean,
that's how I feel about your martinis, though.
My favorite.
Who drinks olive juice?
I love gin now, and I hated gin years ago. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll like bourbon, but right now, no. So let's go. Let's bring it up.
All right, hey, you ready?
This or that.
We're gonna do this.
This or that travel edition.
Hold on.
I expect you all to participate.
You want it like that, or how do you want it?
I like a smaller. Nobody
like a smaller.
Yeah,
like that?
I mean, I don't know.
What do you guys think? Do you guys like seeing us big or small? There you go. This or that, big or small. All right, there you go. All right, so this or that, your first one, and I leave you with your host Julie for your first.
All right, here we go.
Holly says Team Olive. Cruise Nuts says try some Pappy Van. Yeah, so Cruise Nuts, Mike and Tracy, I'll be waiting for you to ship some of that up to us.
You were just saying that you haven't had that yet.
Well, it's like $1 billion a bottle. All right, here we go. All right.
This or that, you guys know I had to break it in nice and slow, nice and easy for you. That we are a cruising channel, even though we're travel agents that can book anything. Just saying. What do you say? Cruise ship or road trip? I mean,
you're here, so we think the answers are going to be slightly swayed.
Yeah.
Kathy says cruise. Wendy says cruise.
How about a road trip to the cruise though? Because we've done that.
We've done that. Oh, you got to watch those vlogs. Those are fun. Those are fun. That's the car accident.
Yeah, you can see the car accident vlog. Yeah.
Let's see.
That was like 3 years ago.
Richard says this.
3 years ago. 3 years ago this month.
2 years. 3 years.
3. Oh my gosh. You can't.
No, 2.
Listen, I got a lot of these. So.
Oh no, that was the magic. That was 3.
That was magic. It was 3 years ago. It's 2005.
Oh, how are the vlogs coming for the magic?
He said to me the other day, he goes, "Are you going to ever finish the magic?" And I was like, "I don't even know where the stuff is. I don't know where the content is." And then he got mad at me. So you get me the content and I'll put together a vlog.
Hello, Larry. How are you? Larry, we'll see you in 90 days. That's going to be exciting. We're looking forward to that. Let's see. Hello, Lynn. And she says, cruise from the Facebook world.
Hello.
Good to see. Daniel says banana in the tailpipe. What? Okay, here we go.
All right.
Hey there, Larry.
You can keep saying hi, but let's go next.
Okay.
All right. This or that. Are you a carry-on person or are you a check bag? Do you not be able to fit everything in that carry-on? Or do you want to squeeze it in? This is an actual picture
of my suitcase.
Yeah, of your suitcase in the overhead, our past flight. That is the luggage 8. So
the level 8.
Yeah,
is the level 8 Grace.
Level 8.
It was a cool. So
level
check out.
Grace.
You just posted your short today.
I did. YouTube short. If you didn't see it already, it's on our page. But we also have long form content that was a few weeks ago that we posted of us like unboxing it. So it was.
I'm laughing. The guys are going carry on. Oh no, it's not. It's not the. Roger says both.
I want both. Yes, thank you. Absolutely. Like there's so much I want to bring with me. Oh,
Why?
go. There's so many more questions, and some of them
All
are
right,
about
here we go.
packing.
All right.
So
All right. Well,
hang tight, guys. Wait till you get to the next ones, and we'll see if it supports your carry-on or
Larry says
check baggage.
checked for hockey trips. Well, I got to check the hockey bag because I've tried to put the hockey bag in the overhead compartment. That doesn't go.
Oh, the elbows on. How about the girl that got on the airplane with us and was carrying her skateboard
that was ridiculous.
without the wheels. And the stewardess comes up. This was just on our last flight.
To call him a stewardess anymore.
I don't know. Cabin steward. I don't know. Whatever. They come. I'm sorry.
Cabin steward.
I don't. It's a flight attendant. Flight attendant. She comes up and she goes, "Excuse me, ma'am. You're not allowed to have that. We're going to have to check that. I will put a tag on it and we'll put it down in the baggage claim." And I'm laughing because it has no wheels on it. It's a completely flat board.
Totally.
It would very easily fit in an overhead that was closed down. And it wouldn't have caused any kind of havoc, any kind of anything. It was totally
They said it
safe.
could have hurt someone.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, that could hurt something." I'm like, "None of it's an overhead, no more than a heavy suitcase can." Anyway, how about our she checked with the pilot and they did let her keep it.
How about our flight to Jacksonville when the overheads were popping open and suitcases are falling out?
That was crazy, right? Seriously, in the middle of the flight.
Guy saved my life across from me.
Taking off, we were supposed to have our seatbelts on.
All right. Let's see.
Anyway,
What's your next one? What's your next one?
Here?
Window seat or aisle seat? Window seat or aisle seat?
I am team window all the way. You are.
Oh, I'm always on the aisle. I cannot. I don't like being trapped.
You can imagine this causes an issue when we fly, not for any other reason if there's nobody in between us. But he'll book the aisle and I'll be like, "I want the window." And then
Kathy says aisle. Holly says aisle. Roger says aisle.
We just have to pray that nobody sits between us, because
Chrissy
if they
window.
do, then one of us has to say, "Would you like the window or the aisle? We're flying together." Because who wants a stranger sitting in between us? Because that's just weird.
Well, and now I have my reasons. I have my reasons.
One of us has to move.
I have my reasons for wanting my aisle. And
you don't want to get up and disturb anybody if you have to get up.
Right. But
because you have to pee every 2 minutes.
Well, that's what,
I'm gonna put it out there.
I'm getting older.
I want to lean against the window. I want to close my eyes and I want to sleep the entire flight.
Richard says my knees say aisle.
You should just stay on the aisle and I should just stay on the window. We should just let anybody sit between us.
Hello, Chris. Hello, Sharon at Sea. Hello.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Denise.
Holly says pay for the whole row. No issues then. Actually, we saw a post about that today. Somebody was saying they were trying to book 2 seats and the airline wasn't letting them because it wasn't a special need. They were just trying to book 2 seats. And
how about, and I'm not going to get into details here because it's not our post to share, but how about that?
Jamie's got it. Hashtag peas a lot.
Hey, Jamie. Hey, Sharon. Yeah. How about the person who was extremely upset because their first class seats had a row of 4 and they
we're not going on entitlement.
Sit next to somebody else that wasn't entitled to seats. Just saying, crazy. I'm not going to get into the details, but there are some.
Oh, Holly says JetBlue
people who are very, very needy.
Extra seat. We're stuck with we don't get a lot of the good. We fly mostly Allegiant because we try to fly out of Allentown because it's just super, super convenient for us. And then sometimes we go to Newark and we take the big yellow school bus of the skies. So let's see.
Keep going.
All right, what else we got?
We'll fly through some of these.
Beach day or pool day?
Pool.
I know some of the answers to this.
So our little Bri, Bri Jr., pool all the way. The kid does not like sand. He does not want to be on the beach. Can't stand it. Like he literally is miserable on the beach.
Same.
You're not miserable. You can at least tolerate it, but I think it's just because you have 30 years on him.
Yeah. Well, 30
plus years on him.
I'm kind of hairy.
I like to be in a place where we can go back and forth because I really, truly, I'm not a crazy sand person either. I don't like the sand, but I do love the beach. I love the salt water. I love the ocean. I love the sea. I love the experience of the beach. So that's why I always pack baby powder.
We're causing division tonight. Hello, Kevin. Hello. Somebody else joined us. Where's Cruise Addicts joined us? Hello. How are you?
See, Nancy is with me. Nautical Nurse Nancy. Big pool near a beach. Totally with you.
You mean like maybe someplace like Paradise Beach in Cozumel? Because we've never had any kind of fun there. We've never had any kind of fun there. That's never happened.
And even when we
Does
go to
anybody
Coco Cay,
remember?
we position ourselves between the pool and the beach.
We
So,
do.
We do that a lot.
So I'm you know what I'm excited for? I'm excited for Celebration Key. I want to see how that pool beach scenario works
It's gonna
out.
be here very soon.
I'm going to see how that works
Very
out. We're going to be
soon,
there
only
soon.
a few
so
weeks.
We'll see. Let's see. Lee says pool unless snorkeling. Lynn says
Oh, good point.
pool at home in Massachusetts, beach in the Caribbean.
I
can't
who can
disagree with
that?
No, that's good. Good night, Bri.
Good night, Bri. Did you want to poke your head in and say hello? Nope, you're going
Not
right
tonight.
up. All right, not tonight.
Why are
Good
we
night,
not?
baby. I love you.
There we go. Hiding a stream. There we go. All right. Hello, Sugar. That's who I thought I saw in there. Sugar says, I'll take both, but it depends on where I can get the drinks faster. Yes, your mouth to God's ears right there. Let's see. All right, next one. Here we go. A spa day or action-packed adventure.
Yeah, what are you looking for? Nice, relaxing spa day or action? Now, listen, guys, I know we could all say we could appreciate both, right? Pick this or that. I'm not holding you to it. Nobody is gonna whatever.
There's no scores. There's no
Me
prizes.
Personally,
this is all for fun.
As much as I appreciate action and I want to get out and enjoy myself, I don't think I can turn down a spa day any day. So I'm gonna go spa day.
I think I've walked in a spa twice in my life, and I'm not really one for people touching me. So it's.
Is my mom still in the chat? Mom, ask Dad. Spa day or action day?
We all know the answer to that.
We know the answer.
We all know the answer.
Can you guys guess?
So if anybody wants to chip in
the spa.
for Dad's birthday, we're going to celebrate it a little early, and in November we're going to get him a gift certificate to the spa.
Hey, that's a great idea. Then me and my mom can use it.
There you go. Let's see. So anybody who wants to get Charlie a gift certificate to the spa in November, he'll love it. Let's see. Holly says, Joe said, yeah, Holly, I knew.
Mom, you pick adventure or Dad picks adventure? Really? I think Mom would like the spot too.
Joe said, he's with you, Brian. That's right. That's right. All right. Shayna says, action. Ooh, hold on. Why are we clicking? There we go. Clicking. Ooh. Stuff. My chat is not. Doing? I don't know. It's not behaving. All right. We're just going to move on because it's not behaving. All right. Let's see.
We're only on like 4, and I think I have a lot.
You have a lot. All right.
Hotel or Airbnb?
Ooh.
Tricky, right? It depends on where you're going and what you're doing.
Kathy says hotel.
I think I want the hotel. But that's not to say that there's not an absolute really good circumstance for an Airbnb.
You know, I tell you, because I was talking to a coworker the other day, and they're big cruisers, but they just did a trip down to St. John, and they grabbed an Airbnb for the week, and the Airbnb was literally on the beach in St. John, right where we went snorkeling.
Okay,
in Maho Beach there.
Since like my very first cruise,
Bay.
My mom can probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I think our very first cruise went to St. John, or went to St. Thomas, and we experienced St. John. Or I just remember being in St. John very, very, very early in my cruising, and I remember how cheap you could get, not cruising, you could get to go to St. John and get a place on the beach. I don't know if it's still the same way. I'd have to do my research because I haven't done that research.
People saying depends. Daniel's throwing out the good point that the hotel does have a bar. Oh. See, so now we talked about this when we first started traveling together.
But now you can DoorDash anything.
We used to spend a lot of time in timeshares when we first got the and there was a lot.
I'm with your Julie as well.
Where's that?
Hotel for Julie because she doesn't have to clean.
Well, we've talked about
Julie's think alike.
Yes, there we go. Mom says yes, St. John. Sugar says, if the Airbnb has a great pool, I'll take it. Let's see. And Kevin says, I want an Airbnb with a lazy river.
Are you sharing with friends? Because sometimes you can get like a bigger Airbnb, and we've done the Outer Banks before where we've rented homes or houses and shared with a bunch of families. So things like that. So an Airbnb can be the same in that circumstance too. I think if it's just like a quick overnight for like before a cruise or something, then definitely a hotel.
I'm going to tell you
definitely a hotel.
Did you know, because they don't know, but I'm going to tell them, we can book Airbnbs for people.
We can.
Some of our suppliers offer that. So just because you want to use an Airbnb doesn't mean that you still shouldn't consider using your local friendly travel agent. So, all right.
There's probably nothing we can't book for you. Just saying. So if you're not sure, let us know because we can probably help you out.
Air only.
Anyway.
Air only. We don't want to book air only. You guys get a better. We can help you out with it. But
we don't need to reach out to us and we'll talk to you about it. Anyway, okay. Camping or glamping? I bet you can't guess what I want.
Can I pass?
This is true. He doesn't want to camp or glamp. Brian does not want to be out in the wilderness at all. You're so much more high maintenance than I am.
I just like a drink package. Not where. Show me which one of these has a drink package.
I'm sure that you could find a place to go camp or glamp where they would give you. They probably put a mint on your sleeping bag pillow.
Wendy says the RV, whatever you call that, in a nice resort. So Wendy, I'm going to tell you something here. The last time that Julie and I went camping,
we've never gone camping,
glamping, whatever you're
we've
going to.
We've never gone glamping.
We stayed in.
We've stayed in an RV with my parents.
Julie's parents have an RV, and we took the kids down to Disney World,
which is fun. It's like a home on wheels.
There's nothing.
It's gorgeous.
Richard says Condor. We live in an RV and traveling the country. And
Richard, Lori, I can do that.
Let me tell you, there's nothing more enjoyable than an RV with 7 people in it for a week at Disney World. That's you want the idea of a good time, you should try that. That's
it was. I had a lot of fun.
It was great. It was fantastic. I loved it.
But
it was tight. It was tight. And it's amazing after that vacation that Julie and I are still married. So it's
I don't.
Lee says love Fort Wilderness. Yes, that's exactly where we are. I love
Fort Wilderness. 100%. I love Fort Wilderness. I will do that anytime. I think it's my very favorite preferred Disney location is Fort Wilderness. You can stay in a cabin, you can rent an RV, you can bring your own RV, you can do a tent, you can do like all of the above. You have the waterway that comes through and picks you up. You can do the ferry to like anywhere. I mean, it is fantastic. So I can't rave enough about Fort Wilderness. However,
Roger says no, Brian, no. Kevin says Brian and I are getting the Airbnb with the lazy river and a floating keg. So
this is
Kev,
true.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna do a little river.
Is your chair okay?
Yes, it's fine. River tubing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down the Delaware River. The amazing part about that is you can do that all day. You can go down the river in your tubes. Everybody's got drinks all day long. And the best part is you can go all day and nobody had to pee. It's
all
amazing.
I know is I do not do tents. No. I do not do tents. Even glamping, I don't think I do a tent.
Jamie says love camping, cold beer, warm fire, and
love a fire.
Yeah.
Just don't do tents. All right, keep going. I got a lot.
All right.
I got a lot of these.
Here we go.
Guys, I spent hours on this today.
I know. All right. Early flight or the red eye? Do you prefer to get up early or do you like to take that red eye flight?
This is easy for me. Hands down, no problem. Cheapest flight. I don't care. I don't care what time I fly. I don't care if it's early. I don't care if it's late. I don't care if it's overnight. I don't care if it's in the middle of the day.
Because you sleep on every flight, no matter where we go, no matter what time of day it is.
You don't?
No,
Why?
I cannot sleep on a plane. That should have been a this or that.
Anywhere.
Do you stay?
I know. It could be because my iron's to the floor, but yeah.
Let's see. Kathy says, Kevin says, I am my own flotation device. Kathy says early. Kevin says early. Roger says early. Wendy says early. Kathy says less likely to be delayed.
That's a very good point. We've actually talked about which airport that we're going to leave out of because some of the smaller airports are less likely to cancel a flight than the larger airports due to capacity.
Yes. So that's a little trick right there. So, and I learned this from some of my my good friends at my full-time job there, and they say that if you fly out of an airport with the smaller airlines, we'll call them the budget-friendly airlines, they have less planes, so they're less likely to cancel your flight because that plane,
it's dependent.
They need to get it to that next spot because they're using it for something else,
right? So yeah, just a good little tip.
Larry says early flight as long as it's not before 9. What is your idea of early then, Larry?
I think all things being equal, though, like all things being equal, if it was the same price, same whatever, same airport, same ease, and what, I think I'd prefer the red eye.
So we are. Should we check our email again?
You're an early bird.
Check our email.
No, you should get the next button.
No email yet, so we're not planning a red eye yet. So hello, Matt. Thanks for joining us. Julie says the red eye. So when you're going east, the red eye seems to make the more sense. But when you're flying west, it's the early flights.
Oh, this is true. Like jet lag depends. Yeah. All right. Pack light or pack it all. I just can't. It's so hard. The only time I ever packed light, I forgot like 75 things and I was miserable the whole time. And I was like, I can't believe I don't have enough.
But see,
I forgot everything.
This is why I say
this is going.
If you go on and Shana says pack it all.
Pack it all.
Richard says everything. This is gonna be another one of those.
I haven't used it in 3 years, but I might want that face cream. I might. I don't know. I just picked something.
I didn't get it. So I saw. So this is what I do. I read headlines. I don't read full articles. And then I get to the live stream and I go, oh, I wanted to talk about that, but then I know nothing about.
Yes, Wendy. Look on Wendy.
Then I know nothing about what I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to talk about the fact that I saw a headline today that TSA is now allowing some additional items, but I don't know what they are. So we'll talk about it.
I was just going to say I didn't see that, so
no,
I was. Now you piqued everyone's interest, and including mine, and now we don't know.
Nancy says this isn't even a choice. Pack it all and then add a suitcase.
Thank you. Yes. This goes back to the carry-on.
How much they charge for suitcases now? I remember the good old days when.
Well, that's because we fly budget airlines. If we flew other ones where what luggage and stuff was included and whatever, but we're a family of 5. We got 3 little kids.
We can't afford to fly Ameritas.
We do what we can do. All right, keep going.
Holly says depends on where. Cruises, I take so much extra stuff. Let's see. Hold on. Kevin says 42 pounds. Need room for 1 bottle of alcohol coming home.
I'm not kidding. We got a lot of these.
All right. Well, we're not going to get through them all.
I know you want to click on everybody, but let's keep going.
All right. Theme park or water park?
I don't know. I mean, this is a toss up for me. I like a good park, and we're not even talking name parks here. This could be anywhere. This could be whatever. So. Maybe I'd pick a theme park over a water park. I really love Kalahari, though. I love the indoor water park.
Lee says theme park. Holly says theme park. Wendy says water park.
I mean, like where we are, our closest we got Dorney Park in Wildwater Kingdom. We also have, we have Kalahari. We have Great Wolf Lodge nearby. We have Six Flags, Great Adventure. We have a lot of theme parks around us. When we first
met, I was a huge Disney guy.
Yes,
love Disney.
Yeah.
And you know what? We just haven't been there as much as we've been on some other stuff. So it's kind of fallen off my radar. And we're due for a Disney trip.
Ooh, I just saw a comment from Shana, but don't worry about it. We're going to come back to it because there's a question in here related to that.
Oh, we're going to get to them all?
We're getting to it.
Kevin says, I like a swim up bar. Nancy says, a theme like Disney or Universal, if you're referring to those. Yes.
Ooh, there may be a question referring to those two specifically.
This one?
Nancy. Your check is in the mail.
Oh my God! Look at the kids. Look at those kids.
Look how little they were.
Look at those kids.
That's our picture, guys.
That's when they let me cut their hair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Katie. Bry's in the middle there. Kev's laying down on the left, and Katie's over there on the right. So yeah, what do you
Wendy
think?
Says
Disney or Universal?
Epcot. Absolutely, we love Epcot.
Well, Epcot. We'll bundle that into the Disney experience. So Epcot, Magic Kingdom. Animal Kingdom. Yeah.
Well, there's actually a chance, depending on our summer, we might find ourselves in Disneyland for a day in July. We'll see. Well, you never know. Yeah, Shana says, "Oh my gosh, so little! Look at those kids."
Katie's pigtails. That's when she let me put her hair in pigtails.
They even look like the same kids. They're gonna kill us. They're gonna. Let's see. Holly says Universal if it's adults, Disney with the littles.
I love Universal. I really do. I think Universal is somewhat underrated from the shadow of Disney. Sometimes they really do a fantastic job. And I used to when I lived down in Florida, I liked going to Universal way better than I liked going to Disney. I mean, and I love Disney. Don't get me wrong. So that's not a whatever. It's just I don't know. Anyway. All right. Formal nights or flip flops forever?
Here we go. This is going to get our cruise crew riled up on this one.
I love a good formal night. I don't want it every night. I do not want it every night, but I love being able to dress up and go out, especially when we don't get to do it that much at home.
I have 3 letters for you on this. 3 letters. NCL. That's what I have to say about that.
NCL is one of the strictest of the mainstream cruise lines that we've been on with their dress code in the dining rooms. I've seen them turn people away for having a
Mhm.
baseball cap on if they don't want to take it off. I've seen them turn people away for having their jeans on in a specialty restaurant. NCL is one of the strictest that I've seen with
But they
their
don't
dress
have
code.
any of the formal night. It's more like
There's
resort
no
casual.
formal night, right? But if you don't
I
want to
can wear
dress,
my shorts. I can wear my polo shirt.
so let's give a spectrum to formal night and give a spectrum to flip flops, and you know, there's a little bit of wiggle room for.
Looks like flip flops is winning. We got some votes for
I think
formal
we got
from
a lot of
Wendy,
both.
from Mom.
Yeah.
Cruise Nut says both. Lee says
Kev, flip
both.
flops with a suit. I love it.
There you go. All right, let's keep moving.
Okay.
Souvenir shirt or fridge magnet? What are you buying? What's your go-to? Chris says formal-ish. I like it. Kev says he has his formal Speedo. What are we buying? Are we buying a souvenir T-shirt?
I
or
love a
fridge
good
magnet?
souvenir T-shirt, but they don't last. They only last so long. I mean, but I definitely like to wear my T-shirts. Like hey, I got Bucky's on tonight.
This is another
I wear a bunch of my other ones on other shows.
Sugar still likes her formal night. I think that's where we had dinner with you on a formal night. Sugar.
We don't do magnets. We have very few magnets, but we do Christmas ornaments. We've had we've talked about this in past lives where we do.
I do love the Christmas magnet. That's what this should have been. It should have been Christmas magnet or Christmas ornament or fridge magnet.
Christmas ornament is what I would choose, but between these two, between a fridge magnet and a souvenir shirt, I'd go with the shirt. It's this or that. Take it or leave it.
This is what happens when you use too much AI. Let's see.
Jamie from Trinity, I saw NCL turn away a guy with a fashionable hat on. No hats in NDR.
Was it you, Jamie? Was it you? It was you, wasn't it?
I've seen that too, Jamie, on NCL. They're very, very strict with their dress code when it comes to their specialty restaurants. And I'm okay with it. I'm totally okay with it.
Let's see. Chris says skulls or elephants hand carved.
Oh, because they collect a lot of.
What else
cool
do you guys
stuff.
collect? There's a lot
You guys collect some really cool stuff.
What else do you guys collect? What else?
Jamie
says shot glasses. Shayna says coffee.
Chris,
we do get coffee
and
regularly.
Denise,
Kevin says alcohol.
My mom's probably in the chat. Graham, my great grandmother, collected elephants. She had a lot of elephants, so I have an affinity towards elephants. Yeah, very cool. All right, what's next?
On a cruise ship. All right, let's see. Ooh.
Would you rather?
What do you? I don't know what you.
Would you rather? This is.
Have
this or that, right? Your luggage lost, or miss your flight.
Hot sauce and rum. Hot sauce is that's a.
That hot sauce is a good one. Yeah.
You'd rather lose your luggage or miss your flight. Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Oh God, this is why I buy. This is giving me anxiety.
This is a hard one. I would rather, if I had to choose.
Ship models, keychains. There's a lot of good souvenir.
You guys have a lot of good ideas for souvenirs. We should start a thread. I'm going to start a thread in the community group. I'll start it tomorrow. Post some of your pictures of your favorite little souvenirs. I'll do that tomorrow. So yeah, I better write it down or I'll forget. And then because I say that and then post.
So my parents, when they flew out for their Alaska cruise, they lost my dad's suitcase. But this is a good advertisement for travel insurance here. They used their travel insurance. He bought all new clothes. And it was funny because they bought all new clothes and a new suitcase.
Chris Cram brought it back to the carry-on. See where I was going there? I told you there's going to be lots of opportunities.
Yeah,
overpack, underpack, lost luggage, missed flight.
Let's see. Shana says missed flight. Mom says luggage. Daniel says we have had lost luggage for 80% of our. Wait, hold on. We have had lost luggage for 80% of our cruise, not a missed flight. I don't know. Let's see.
I hope
Holly says I would rather miss the flight.
I would rather have my luggage lost, and I'll tell you why. There's probably nothing that I can't get, even if you're on. I've been on a cruise ship where we were stuck at port for the first day and a half. And so the shops didn't even open. So you literally would have been stuck with whatever you walked on that ship with. Mm-hmm. You couldn't even get into a shop. I don't know if the cruise ship would help you out or not if you didn't have your luggage. But
you're borrow an outfit from the cruise director or something.
I mean, but let's say you're at a resort or any land-based or wherever you are, you're still away and you're still on vacation or you're still on a trip. If you miss your flight, you're not there.
This is why my carry-on. So you look at my carry-on bag, my backpack. Y'all laugh at me. I carry extra pair of underwear. I carry extra socks. I carry extra pair of pants. You never know. I always carry a little bit extra because God forbid. And then I have air tags in all of our luggage. I'm a little paranoid about luggage.
Don't worry, people. There is a spreadsheet.
Kevin says,
there's a spreadsheet in the future.
Kevin says, I would just wear the robe the entire time. You know, we saw a dude on the last ship and he was just wearing that robe everywhere. And was that you, Kev? It could have been you. All right, let's go to the next one. Are you a travel vlogger or a travel napper? Are you out taking pictures? Are you out getting all your content for your gram? Or are you sleeping the day away? What's your go-to?
Resting and reading, or
I think
posting and sharing.
I think you can tell by what I vote for by the I don't think I've napped anywhere ever. I don't think I've ever taken a nap. Like ever.
I know that we're a small little square here, so I'll get nice and close. Lies.
Oh, I can't sleep during the day. Like I can't.
You sit on a throne of lies.
I can't sleep during the day. I can't.
So full of crap.
I don't.
You don't sleep on planes, that I'll give you, but you do take naps on vacation.
Let's see. Travel napper vloggers. LOL. Nancy says vlog and Kathy says vlog. Shayna says nap. Kevin says I'm a ninja with some naps. Lee says nap reading. Let's see.
Here's my bit of advice. Go with someone who is a travel vlogger. And then you could take a nap and they can do all the vlogging.
All right. Shayna's calling me out.
See? He might nap during more than just that show.
See, so this is how we work. Julie loves the shows. And what we do is we say, we love the shows, because what we do is we love the shows, because then what we do is we go to the shows and Julie watches the show and I watch the inside of my eyelids from the shows. And then I'm ready for the piano bar. I'm ready for the alchemy bar. I'm ready for Schooner bar.
All right,
I'm ready
what's
for whiskey bar. Let's see. Nancy says, I can sometimes take a power nap and keep on going. Let's see.
I like to sleep by the pool or like in a place where like I can take a nice nap, but like still be involved. And then I wake up all refreshed and whatever. So anyway, what do we got?
I love the engagement, guys. I love it. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's keep moving.
I love
how
that.
many of these did you make?
I love hearing. I told you there's a lot. Keep going. All right. What are you? Are you a drink package person or are you an unlimited dining person?
You can only get one. Larry says I pass out at the shows. Larry, we're gonna be cuddled up next to each other in July is what's gonna happen. I'm worried about the pictures that are gonna come from that. It's gonna be an Instagrammable moment, I'm sure. Let's see.
I'll bring the Sharpie.
Oh boy. Daniel says drinks. Shayna says drinks. Nancy says drinks. Guys, I think we figured out who our crowd is here.
Cheers.
Larry says drinks. Sugar says drinks. Kevin says drink. Does anybody? Oh wait, hold on. Wendy and Chris want to do the dining.
I'll say this. I mean, if I had to pick between the two, I think I'm always going to go with the drinks, because like I don't know, like you have morning, noon, and night, and like whatever, and that's unlimited with all kinds of things from specialty coffees to specialty.
Holly
cocktails.
says I can always get someone else to bring me a drink.
This is true. But the unlimited dining packages.
That's Holly's advertisement right there for group cruises. So we'll just remind you that this is available in July and this is available in November. So we'll just go back to that. There we go. So there we go. There's a sandwich in every beer. Drinks. Let's see. You know, we have had some nice specialty dining experiences. We've done the foodie. I love
the taste of different foods, but I don't eat a lot of food. So I would rather like a tasting menu from here and there and this and that than I would, because so.
Nancy says, I imagine dining would be nicer on my pocketbook. And again, Nancy, we always think about you, the video you did of that chef's table. We always go back to that. Let's see. Sharon at C says, drinks. We can get by with the buffet and the MDR. Foodies said, all right, well, that's just cheating. Foodies says unlimited dining for sure. Like,
I mean,
okay.
Foodies Vacations. Your name says it all.
Okay.
You have to go with dining, right?
All right, let's see. Here we go. Sunset or sunrise?
We did have this something similar to this on the past this or that, but it was a little bit more cruise related. This one is just simply sunrise or sunset. And this is really hard for me because I absolutely love both. And I can do both, and I can do both in the same day.
Shanna says both. Well,
yeah, thank you, Shanna.
Yeah, that's a long day on a cruise ship there.
Well, it doesn't have to be on a cruise. Remember,
I know.
This is travel related. So I specifically chose pictures that weren't cruise. They weren't over the water because we have a ton of sunrise and sunset pictures on the water. But like, you know,
my wallpaper on my computer is my sunset.
I know.
Sunset. I ain't making it. That's his sunset. I ain't making the sunrise. Holly says sunset. Chris says sunset. Sugar says sunset.
The only time
Larry says sunset. Everybody says sunset.
The only time I get up early is when I'm on vacation.
Kevin says both with naps. Mom says sunrise. All right.
Let's
next. Keep moving. All right.
The hot weather or cold weather?
Oh, I listen. 100%.
Are we talking Caribbean or Alaska? Are we talking Greenland or Iceland?
I gotta go with the hot.
And by the way, Greenland is colder than Iceland is. Just funny, but anyway.
I gotta go with the hot. Gotta go with the hot. Love my Caribbean.
I think that for travel purposes, I appreciate both. But I think I'm always going to gravitate towards hot weather or nice weather or warm weather, not icy or cold.
As a hockey player, you would think I would go cold, but I mean, this one looks pretty straight across the board.
Unless you're playing hockey.
Kathy, Holly, Roger, Shayna, Larry, Wendy, Mom, Sugar, hot. Sugar's hot. There we go. Holly says we just got 5 inches of snow yesterday. I'm over it. There you go.
We had snow yesterday. No, this morning.
Was that today?
No, yesterday, because it was Katie's gymnastics day. We woke up in New Jersey and there's a whole dusting of snow, and it kept snowing all morning.
Yeah, no.
Guys,
it's April.
Listen,
they're playing. Spring training's over. Baseball started. Like,
I love 4 seasons. I really do. I've lived in places where there's not 4 seasons.
My Mets aren't mathematically eliminated from the playoffs yet, so it's warm weather. It's hot.
Richard has a very good point. Just remember, you can always add all the clothes you want, but you can only remove so much
before you get in trouble. That depends on where you are, though. And if you like to book those kinds of resorts, we book those as well.
We had a discussion.
We don't go to them, but we book them.
Discussion with the kids tonight where it was like, okay, it's okay for the boys to take off their shirt, but it's not okay for Katie.
We had to have that conversation earlier. Let's see.
All right, keep going.
Wendy says they have a daughter named Katie too. Oh. Let's see. All right, city life or country bumpkin.
This is hard because I never want to live in the city. I like visiting the city. I don't love visiting the city, but I really appreciate it. And I'll be in the city. I'll be in New York this week. So next Sunday I can fill you guys in. I'm going to go see The Outsiders on Broadway with the kids for school.
Country.
I will post pictures of us in New York City.
Kathy's cheating. She says suburbs. Matt says he's city. Tiff is country.
But
she doesn't get it. Well, she doesn't get
every time.
She doesn't get a vote unless she logs in. So there you go. Let's see. Hold on. Richard says, but I wouldn't.
Tiff, pay no mind to him. Matt, pay no mind.
Let's see. Now, Matt, is Tiff sitting across the room from you, like mom and dad? Like dad's sitting there listening, but just doesn't want to log in.
And Sheena and Mark do that too.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys.
Yeah, y'all need to log in so you get your own votes.
Stop.
Don't let other people comment for you. You can have
comment for you all the time.
You can have your own opinion.
It's funny when we pop into lives, if we're trying, like we tag team a lot where we'll log in on the computer or the TV and one of us is doing 50 million things and I'll be cooking dinner and you'll be on and then you'll be running to do something with the kids and then I'll jump on and then we'll swap again. And we do that a lot.
We do. So if we make
for us, we're not sitting across the room, we're actually tag teaming.
Yeah. So
Nancy, we do that with you.
So if you see us in other live streams,
Sharon, we do that with you guys.
Nancy,
we do the best we can.
Nancy's not so late. Yeah.
Well, so are we.
Well, yeah. Well, we can usually get back from hockey practice and coming in the door, and it's like, "Hi, Nancy's live." So, so yeah. So if we ever say weird things, it's because we're switching. All right.
Yeah, sometimes we might repeat ourselves, and it's not because we're weird. It's because we're.
Let's see.
All right, what do you got? Zip line or lazy river? I have no desire to zip line. I don't. I've done it on the cruise ship. Like I've done it on the Royal Caribbean ships, on the Oasis class ships. And I did it once. I think just once, not twice, once. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like, meh. I mean, I know that, but I have no desire to do this right here on the screen. I think I'm not scared of it. I don't want to do it.
Shana, I gotta go back and hit a couple comments we missed here. Shana says Mark's logged in on the TV. You just definitely don't need us in high def because I'm breaking out.
Shana, I love that. I log in on the TV all the time, and then I'll want to say something, and I'll try to pick up my phone, and I hate using my phone. I really should just drag my laptop over to the TV more. And then watch it on the TV, but be able to comment from my laptop. But whatever.
I love this. Holly's in the live now. Holly's picking this up here. She says, "I want to interrupt this program to help remind people to hit the like button." Thank you.
Oh,
Holly.
thank you. Yes, awesome. Very much.
Let's see. Kathy says zip line. Richard says lazy river. Richard, we had a good lazy river on our last group cruise.
We had a lot of fun. I tried to find a good picture, and we have a lot of video clip, but I didn't have any still pictures that I could post here, so I had to use a stock photo. But I wanted to say,
who are those people? Were they on our last group cruise?
They probably were.
Look like they were on our last.
They probably were, but
let's see. Roger says lazy river near Kevin's keg. I agree. A lot of zipline votes. Matt, Holly.
One of my favorite clips.
Mom says zipline. Mom says zipline.
Mom's off tonight because she also said adventure over the spa. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Mom,
it's not the mom I know.
Quit lying. Quit lying, eh?
We all. Do you remember the video clip I have of Karen and you cheersing like in the lazy river and her saying, "This is the greatest," and you're being like, "Yeah, cheers!" And I love that.
Okay, let's see.
There it is, guys. I told you I had a spreadsheet.
Are you? Do you plan your trip to a T? Oh, we're
mystery trip. Have you guys heard of this? You can book a mystery trip. You can tell somebody to book you a trip, do all the ins and outs. You show up at the bus terminal, at the airport, at the wherever you go, and it is a complete mystery. And you don't know where you're going. You know what you're doing. You don't know.
You
have to have everything explicitly.
All my people are coming out now. Kathy says plan. Shana says plan. Kevin says plan.
I mean, I definitely prefer planned, but I want to experience a mystery trip.
Nancy says I love a mystery trip.
And that's really hard when you're the agent.
I thought we were friends.
You book
Nancy.
it. I thought because I don't know how to do that. So I'm gonna have to rely or lean on one of my travel partners out there. To be able to provide us a mystery trip, because I'm telling you, I think that would be fun.
Shana says, will mystery trip tell you how long a trip and what to pack?
Yeah, so, you get details.
Well, so hold on a second. Now this is funny because where we usually cruise out of New York, a lot of the ships go to Bermuda, but unless there's bad weather, then instead of going to Bermuda, they'll go to Canada. Surprise!
Your trip could turn into not supposed to be a mystery trip, but now it is a mystery trip. But no, if you specifically book a mystery trip, they give you details. They say, okay, you have to be here at this time and plan for
this question is
this type of packing and this many days.
I'm loving because you
there's parameters.
I'm watching all the travel agents in the chat have anxiety attacks with the mystery trip. Let's see.
Sharon saying no mystery trips here.
Yeah. All right, here we go. All right.
I think it'd be fun to experience once, just to say that you did it.
Roller coaster or a hike? Where's water slide?
That's not an option.
Well, I don't want to do either one of these.
Well, I'm saying neither.
Okay, let's pass.
Okay. I think I'd pick the roller coaster, although I get sick. So,
I just can't do drops. I like the spins, the twists.
When I met you, you would it was hard to even.
No,
he didn't do roller coasters at all.
No,
and then
it's a thing.
Where did we go that I got you on a roller coaster? It was local.
Disney World.
Was it Disney?
Because we did the rock and roller coaster.
Yeah, he was like,
I liked it.
He was like, Yeah, exactly.
did.
He's like,
But
I
there's no
don't
drops.
do roller
Oh
coasters.
no,
And I'm
no, no!
like,
You remember? Remember? We went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And we went to California
A
Adventure.
California Adventure.
And
yeah.
we went on
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and then we did the.
That's right. That's where it was. Yeah.
We did because California Adventures has that one. They have a drop, and I did not like the drop. I don't do.
But
drops.
you did fine.
No, I do the spins, twist. You spin me around, twist me, whatever. I don't care. All right.
I just keep going because I got more, and
All
it's getting late.
Well, we're gonna have to. I don't think we're getting through all these tonight.
All right. Well.
All right.
Underwater pics.
Oh, this is easy.
Or sky selfies.
This is easy.
That's a real picture on the left there, but I did edit the picture because I cut the bottom half of it and the top half of it off, and then I merged them together. So it's Charlie.
Oh,
Charlie scuba diving, or it's not scuba diving, I'm snorkeling with the fish and whatever, and it looks funky, but
Kathy
it is real.
says sky. Nancy underwater, Kevin underwater, Holly underwater, Wendy underwater.
Today,
who's been skydiving?
Underwater all the way for me today. However, back in the day, I always wanted to skydive.
You did.
It was something that I've always wanted to do. And now,
Chris says I'll be at the bar.
in my 46 years of life, I have zero desire to jump out of an airplane. I don't want to do it anymore.
All right, hold on.
And I don't feel I missed out.
Stand by.
So.
Mom says both. Who are you?
All right, Jack, did you take over Grandma's life or her
Cruise Nut
cat?
says swim with sharks. Sugar says sky because I never did it. Roger says there's no reason to jump out of a plane that's still flying. I agree. Nancy says nope. I want to drop. I don't ever want to drop from the sky. Kathy says I've done bungee jumping from a hot air balloon.
Wow, really?
So I'm actually really
if
excited.
You have any pictures,
hold
can
on.
you please share them?
Does this mean
sounds fantastic?
Does this mean
I mean, I don't want to do it. Not now.
Does this mean I'm getting old because I'm excited for my ENT doctor's appointment coming up because I can't scuba dive anymore because my ears and nose are all messed up, and I'm excited that I might be able to get my nose fixed so I can scuba dive again?
That's really cool. Bungee jumping from a hot air balloon.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
I mean, you would think that like as the cord goes down, like it doesn't like rattle the balloon. Oh wow! I'm gonna have to Google this now. Okay, keep going.
All right.
All right. Do you want a long layover or a teeny bitty airplane seat? Going back to that entitled guy who was not happy with his seat.
Oh, you're obsessed with that, aren't you?
Because I'm not crazy about that one. But anyway, I don't mind the layover. I like to get from here to there, but I would much rather have a nice, comfortable seat.
Matt says skydiving in Philadelphia. You down, Brian? No, Matt, I'm not. I'm sorry. No, I'll be more than happy to film you from the ground. I'll be there in support. But no. Kevin says, "Is there a lounge?" Ooh, that's a good. Oh, hold on. That's a very important topic. If there's a lounge,
oh yeah, then
I'll take the layover.
But even without a lounge,
the problem with that, Kev, is then you miss the second flight if you sit at the lounge.
Even if you just have a good airport bar, you're good.
All right. Those of us traveling with kids do not take the long layover. Let's see.
This is true.
Cruise Nut says tiny seat on a private jet.
Okay. All right. I like the way you think.
All right.
Hammock or hot tub? I love both of these, but I'm going to take the hammock.
I'll take the hot tub.
I have a short out there and TikTok and whatever of me in the hammock in Mexico, in Costa Maya. And I'm just living my best life on the Mexican beach. And man, I think about that regularly.
This one's going to be divided.
Guys, I mean, y'all think, I don't know what anybody thinks, but like there's like a conception out there that we just put out content, right? But these are moments of our life, and sometimes they really stick with us. And I regularly think about that short where I am laying in like that moment. That was a moment of my life, and that was a moment where that was captured.
Kevin threw out
so happy I captured.
Kevin threw out the comment I was waiting for. It brings me right back to the Vloggers Cruise, Coop Soup, where I think Julie will never go in a hot tub ever again after that. So
I love a good hot tub, but
somebody was peeing in there. So I mean, it's just it had to anyway. Local eats or chain restaurants?
Oh, you know where I'm going with this. every bit of it. I am local all the way. I want the best dive. I want the greatest little hot spot. I want homemade from their kitchen. I am not a fan of not that I'm not a fan of the chains. I went local all the way.
You know, you've gotten me much more into the local places, and now that we are a locally owned small business, I do appreciate the local a lot more. And actually, when we were down in Jacksonville, we asked the same question. We said we want to go someplace local.
I'm gonna throw out a little a little bit of a devil's advocate here, though, to the chains. Remember, that's somebody local, maybe, that owns a franchise of that chain, right? So they're still whatever, but it's not their recipes. It's not their whatever. They're still ordering and following their menu, and they have some parameters that they have to fit into. I mean, when you're truly a local restaurant, it's a little different. So, all right, what do we got next?
All right, let's go. Ready? Oh, hold on, where'd it go? Woo!
Yeah, I know you got a big day tomorrow. So
I do.
And I don't know, what slide are we on?
You're halfway through.
Well, maybe what we do is
there's going to be a version 3.
Let's do another 3 slides.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is next week we will finish the remainder of these ones. We will do travel this or that part 2.
All right. Well, that would actually be part 3 because we're on part 2.
This is a different edition. The first one was cruise edition. This is travel edition.
Okay. All right. So do we prefer matching travel shirts or matching luggage? Matching luggage. Wendy says shirts. Holly says shirts. Mom
I love our shirts. I love matching
Shayna
shirts.
Says shirts. So
I'm not one of those people that are like whatever. And it doesn't bother you either. You like them, do you?
I like them for the group cruises, but I mean, now that we have the business, I wear these all the time. And if you head over to our
shirts always are a business shirt.
If you head over to our Etsy store or our spread shop store, you too can dress like me.
I advise the Etsy over the spread shop.
Yeah, the quality
they're
is
both
a little
fine,
better.
but I like the Etsy.
Let's see. Holly says shirts. Mom says shirts. Shana says shirts. Larry says luggage.
And by the way, that
Sharon
is our
says
matching
luggage.
level 8. Was it Grace, right?
The level 8 Grace.
I actually really did like those cases. I really do like them.
They rolled very well.
Casey, they rolled phenomenally. Loved that. I love the outside pocket. Even though I didn't put my laptop in there, you did, but I didn't. Loved having that. If I'm just using it as a quick travel carry-on, fantastic. If you want to stuff everything in it, then you might want a little bit more room, but that depends. If you're going on a 3-day trip or a 5-day trip, because that's different too. It's a great case, though.
Daniel says the shirts help to keep track of your kids, so I can imagine your kids matching shirts is important, and that's why we always pick obnoxious colors like that. So,
well, so that picture right there was when we were on Icon.
That's our Icon,
and
shirts.
We picked the pink one. We picked that color pink
for Messy
because Messy and the crew were also wearing like that. It was like kind of like that was like the theme of the ship. Like the ships have different kind of themes, and
then Utopia was a yellow. So I'm gonna guess Legend's gonna be green. Star's gonna be green.
You wear
that shirt a lot.
I wear that shirt a lot. I like that one.
You do. All right. Well, we do like 2 more. All right.
Yeah,
Let's see. Here we go. Let's go. All right. Ooh, Europe or the Caribbean?
Ooh, and this doesn't matter. Land-based, cruise-based, just whatever. Are we backpacking? What do you want to do?
I have a very strong desire to see just about every single place on that little sign there on the left. But I love my Caribbean. So Kathy says Europe. Larry says Europe. Sharon says Europe. Cruise Nut says anywhere.
This is true.
Matt says Europe. This is true. It's very heavy Europe.
You know why? Because we live in the States, and depending on where you are, getting to the Caribbean is a little bit easier for the most part than getting to Europe. So I have to pick Europe because I have been to Europe and I've been to the Caribbean, but I've been to the Caribbean way more than I've been to Europe. And I feel like Europe is just so many cultures in such a a smaller space that you can really experience a whole heck of a lot more. So I don't know.
There's
correct me
so
if I'm
much.
wrong,
There's
people. I
so
don't know.
much
It's
to
just,
see. I mean, we'll get to listen. There's 200.
there's no right or wrong answer here, people.
260 something countries in the
Because
world.
we're not even talking about like
and we're gonna get
Australia or Alaska or Asia, because I'd love to ask those questions too.
But hold on, let me check the email again to see if we're going to Europe.
We're going to Europe. We're
Nope,
going to Europe.
Still no
we just
email
don't
yet.
have the email
Still no
yet,
email
guys.
Yet. We'll see.
Okay.
All right.
One more.
More.
Passport stamp or TSA pre-check?
I will tell you something. Best advice I can give you is when you book your flight, when you check in for your flight, double check, then triple check, then quadruple check your TSA pre is connected.
I forgot about that.
to your boarding pass, because if it's not, when you walk up to the TSA counter, even if you show your global entry card, if your passport does not, I'm sorry, not your passport, your boarding pass does not say TSA pre on it, they don't care. And when you're so used to TSA pre,
it's got to be on your boarding pass.
That your liquids are packed in the bottom of your suitcase and your shoes are tied and your laptop is buried under other things, and you have to take all of these things out after they make you switch from the TSA pre-line to the regular line. I have to go with TSA pre.
I'll go with TSA pre too. It's a cool thing to have your passport stamps. It really is. But sometimes they don't, like, sometimes you don't even get them anyway. And for as many of whatever, I'd rather have the pictures and the memories and the vlogs of where we've been than have it in a passport that's going to be chucked away sometime after I die. So, or have to get a new one and then whatever.
Chris says separate numbers for pre-check. So several couples get split up last trip. 100%. Anybody over the age of 16 has to have their own
Fun
TSA
fact, our kids can all do TSA pre-check with us without having it.
Now here's a fun tip.
But the minute Brian is 16,
here's a fun tip. Right now, you can go on the State Department website and global entry is free for kids. Free. So therefore, instead of paying for TSA pre-check, get them the global entry for your kids.
Times 3 is pricey. So
oh, you should have seen when we renewed all 3 passports at the same time. It was like buying another cruise.
Yeah, but if you have kids or know anybody with kids, you can let them know that. Yeah.
All right.
Do your global entry.
My mouse is not working now. Oh no, we're frozen. All right, there we go. All right. Hey, listen. Kevin says TSA pre and first class priority all the way. I want to travel with you, cowboy. All right. Hey, listen. It is. I hate to do this to you guys. I hate it. I want to keep going.
Guys, we're having so much fun. We still have a lot of you here in the chat, but Brian has a big day tomorrow. If you were not here at the beginning of the live, thanks for joining us now, and send Ryan all your positive vibes and well wishes, because he's got a big day at work tomorrow, and we know that it's going to be a fantastic one.
You can tell him what it is. I have an interview for promotion. I have an interview for promotion.
He's got a big interview,
and I have to.
He wants to nail it.
Because promotions mean raises and raises mean more cruises. So there we go. So, or they mean at least getting the cruises that we already have booked paid for. So it's kind of necessary.
Yes.
So,
and we've said this the last couple weeks in a row, but I really, really, really hope if we don't have news for you next week about us going on our next cruise, then we're probably not going. So, but I'm really positive. I think it's happening, and I think that we're going to hear. So anyway. Hopefully
if I don't get the promotion, we'll be taking up a collection for our airfare. So anyway, so on
if
that
we have
note,
a smile on our face next week, if not, it'll be a very different this or that. But we will finish this or that next week. This one, Travel Edition Part 2, because I still have at least another 15, 20 slides. I don't know.
Or more. Okay. Hey.
Maybe tonight sparked some things. Maybe I'll even add some more.
Say goodnight, Julie.
Good night, Julie.
See you on the seas.
See you on the seas.